Our Computex 2018 coverage was made possible by Aerocool, Synology and AlphaCool. Andy Raffel from eTeknix.com, and we're actually here at the, I was going to say Synology booth, but it's not really a booth. This place is absolutely huge. So I am having to speak up a little bit, so hopefully the audio's keeping along with me. So what they're actually doing here is they're showing off some of their old products, some of their new products, kind of, a bit of everything. They've got loads of different stations around here, just kind of showing us all of the different things from a hardware level all the way up to the software level. As you know, they have got the new Disk Station Manager 6.2, which is really kind of bringing out some of them features to the mass market on a consumer level, all the way up to sort of, more of your enterprise stuff. So what I wanted to actually show you was some of the new products that they're actually coming out with. So if you come over with me, you'll see the first one that we're looking at is the RackStation DS1618 Plus. We've actually, I believe it's this model, we've actually got in for a review at the moment, and I am actually planning to do some video content on it as well, kind of showing you a few of the features like the backup facilities, how it works with sort of G Suite and Office 365. So I'm really excited about sort of what's to come with that. Moving along from that, this is kind of your SMB type products, these two. This one, as you can see, much bigger. This is the DS2419 Plus. So a very scalable NAS, very sort of high end. It has got the features and the facilities to obviously add in cards. So whether that be more 10 GBE ports or some more sort of facility for caching, that kind of stuff. Moving more down towards kind of the home users, we have the DS1019 Plus. Again, it's going to be quite a simple, easy to use model for most consumers out there, and it just gives you that, again, a little bit more scalability with the ability to obviously put 5 drives in there, and so it just allows a bit more when looking at different functions of RAID and things like that. If you just want a bit more redundancy, obviously you are restricted with a lot of NAS on the sort of 2 and 4 bay in terms of RAID 0, RAID 1. Obviously with this you're going to have the ability to move up to kind of higher levels of RAID and backup redundancy. Now this one is probably one of my favourites. This is the DS619 Slim. So if you remember, they did actually have a very similar model, but it was only, I believe it was a 4 bay. So they've actually managed to get this up to a 6 bay. Obviously accepts 2.5 inch drives. Now there is a single fan on the back, but we have been told that obviously with the ability to get larger capacity SSDs now, you will be able to essentially put 6 SSDs in here, which will potentially run a lot cooler than a typical hard drive, which means that you'll be able to set the fan profile to basically silent, so it shouldn't really need to kick in. So if you are after a NAS device but you're afraid that it might be a little bit noisy, because typically over time they do sort of get a little bit louder, this is going to be the perfect thing for you because it should in theory remain completely silent. Now there is actually one device that I'm really excited about, and that's this little thing here. So this is their mesh router, or for our friends in America, a mesh router. So this is the MR2200AC. Now essentially, you may remember we did a review, I believe it was on the 2600AC. This is slightly different in the fact that it is a router, but it has so much more function to that. So the way that they've actually developed it is so that you can pair this up with multiple models and essentially make a mesh system. So if we actually move over here, you'll see exactly what they've got going on. So what we have here is 3 MR2200ACs. You can see the software running on there as well. And what they've actually done is they've got one of them as the main device and then 2 serving as kind of mesh access points. This allows you to obviously scale up your network depending on if you live in a big house or you have a big office. It just kind of gives you that flexibility to make your network grow based on the needs that you've actually got yourself. So really cool sort of design and really cool sort of way of doing it, as opposed to having separate mesh access points. This just allows you to sort of go that one step further. There are some really cool features with this as well, in terms of you can look at, if we actually look on the software at the status. If I move this out of the way, you can see the Wi-Fi transfer rates across the multiple bands. So you have 2 5 gigahertz bandings and 1 2.4. You can actually turn on and off the guest network as well. So if you've got friends around and you obviously don't want to give them your details, you can kind of turn the guest network on and do it that way. You can also obviously turn the Wi-Fi off completely, and it does tell us a little bit of info about each channel. Also tells you about the Wi-Fi connected devices, and you do have the ability through a kind of similar like a parental control. You can actually restrict people as to how long they're on there for or how long they've been on there already, and it just gives you so much flexibility with what you can do. So for me as a parent myself, when I want my kids to get off the tablet and they're not listening to me, I can just give them that choice without them deciding. And it is worth noting that this device has won the coveted eTeknix Best of Computex 2018 award because we really do think that it's just a fantastic device, and we are looking forward to obviously running our own tests on here and seeing what it can do. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, be sure to check back at all of our other Computex 2018 coverage. And yeah, well done to Synology. I think they've done a great job with this, so I look forward to getting it in. Till next time, guys. See you later.